When I think of cleaning, I think of my mom. I have memories of sitting with her and sometimes helping her clean, or where sometimes we would just talk, and I would watch the gestures she made as she cleaned our kitchen. Her gestures, repeated over and over again as she scrubbed the stove, the sink, the bathtub, the floor, were ones that her body knew well, and she didn't ever have to think about them, but she could just focus on me, on our talking, our discussions. In this way, my memories of her during these talks are very pure. She was never distracted, always just the essence of herself. These are some of my favorite memories. My mom cleaning and talking while I watched. At the time, I wondered why she cleaned so much. Not that I'm a slob. I clean my house too. But when I would ask her why it was so important for the house to be so clean, she would tell me it makes the house look nice, or that she didn't want things to smell, or that it was so that she wouldn't trip over everything when she walked through the front door. It made me believe that a clean house has extra value, that it could be a safe space, and most of my memories of her are in these spaces that I know of as home, spaces that are neat, orderly, spick and span. I understood that she wanted a safe space for her children, for her family. And now, when I clean, I do it for myself. But sometimes I wonder, what kind of space will I keep for my children? What kind of space will their memories be in? What kind of space will keep them safe? As she cleaned, my mom would sometimes tell me about the ways that my grandmother used to clean when my mom was a little girl. My mom has this theory that the dementia that took over my grandmother's mind in the years before she died was partially caused by the caustic chemicals that my grandmother used to clean her house in the 50s. My mom says she remembers these red, blue, and green liquids in bottles with huge icons or cute cartoon characters on them. This white powder that came in a can that would sting your nose. And everything all held in a cabinet under the sink that my grandmother would go to every time she wanted to make the house look pretty. My mom uses some of those same chemicals now, and I notice that her mind has started to go as well. But I suppose it's difficult to know someone for your entire life and not think they're a little bit batty. Perhaps this is just the nature of families. But I do wonder if those chemicals that surround the memories I have of my mother and that she has of her mother are the same ones that degrade our memories of each other, even after they've helped to build them up. Are these same cleaning gestures the ones that cleared my grandmother's mind away, that caused her to confuse her memories with the present? Not that my grandmother's dementia-induced hallucinations were ever of cartoon character animals or anything like that. That would be weird. But she did sometimes see children who were not there. And I know she had a child before she had my mom, a boy, who died when he was young. It's been said that you must first lose your memories in order to actually live in them. And maybe we have to grow old in order to get back to our origins. Do I clean now as a way to remember? When we clean, are we making something new or renewing what is familiar, dusting it off to see what it really is? And is it ever okay just to leave your memories alone? Or should we be trying to clean our minds up now and again, to lift those surfaces, those objects, as a way to shed light on them and make them new? On the evening that my grandfather passed away, at a point early in the morning, he looked over at an empty space on the other side of the room, and he asked, "So, will you be with me now?" His hospice nurse, Alexandra, told me later that she believes that the dying have others who accompany them during the transition, who show them the way to where they're going. My mom thinks that my granddad saw my grandmother, and it comforts her to imagine my grandmother helping him during his last few hours. I wonder about where the two of them ended up. If they are in their old house now, with my grandmother every so often cleaning and talking as my grandfather watches. Or if they are in some new, undefined space where there are no relics of their former lives. Maybe there are cartoon animals there that clean everything spick and span. I wonder if there are memories there. I wonder if they will remember me there. And I wonder if, in time, I will still remember them. Or if these same gestures will clear my head as well, clean out my memories, will leave all of us with these blank spaces to occupy, these spaces that have been cleaned up, cleared out, swept under, washed away, like spring cleaning.